Hey everyone, this is Jen. We are on for Weekend Wild Card, slowing it down for Saturday. So good stretches, get ourselves a little bit longer and leaner after all of that work that we've done during the week. You know what I experimented with in this live recording today is, there are different filters that you can use. I just clicked this one that's like the tropical, it had some like palm trees on it, and maybe it just makes me a little bit more tan or something. I'm not sure. It looked kind of the same as the normal one, but with maybe slightly better lighting. So I was like, oh, might as well just check it out and use it. So we'll see if anything crazy comes of it. But that's the only thing different that I did for this video today. We'll see what happens. Hope you are enjoying this beautiful day today. It's a much cooler. This morning, I did just a quick yoga session outside, and I wore long sleeves even, and hey, leggings. So definitely that gives you an idea that I have, that it's cooled down and that I've taken my wardrobe and changed it accordingly. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started again today. The music is purely for background, so we're not going to the beat of anything. We're just keeping it nice and slow, nice and chill, and we'll see how we do. At any point in time, if you have any requests, definitely go ahead and type it on in. It doesn't need to be at the start of the class. It could be even during class. I will take a look. Okay, let's go ahead and get started then. Again, this is just background, setting the mood. All right. As you know, I'm always really into ankles and feet, so we'll just start in a kneeling down position here. All right, so especially if this tends to not feel really good on the tops of your feet, just take a moment to settle yourself in, relax your arms down by your side, close down your eyes, empty out your lungs. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale it out. Do that one more time, full deep breath in. Exhale it out. And open your eyes, inhale, arms go all the way up high toward the ceiling. Exhale, drop your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over, find your nice side body stretch. We'll stay here for just a little bit longer. Continue to extend out through your fingers and maybe peek up toward the ceiling. Lengthen out through your left hand side. Good, gently release. We'll switch it out. Lower your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over, and really go for the length along your right side body, not too much collapse on your left. One more breath, lengthen, reach. And exhale, return. Good. Lean a little bit over to your right hand side. Get your left toes to come down in line with your right knee. So one line here. Hinge forward just a hair. Come up halfway. Good. Hold right here. Keep your left leg bent. See if you can change this into a figure four. Yes. And then gently return your right toes back down. Estimate what the distance needs to be, and then slowly return. So I overshot it a little bit. Try it again. Hinge forward. Hold about halfway. Really find some weight on the top of your right foot. Change it to figure four for some balance. Excellent. Take your time. Allow your right hip, right knee to open. And then again, estimate right here what distance you need. Slowly lower yourself down. Hey, that was pretty good. You just have one more time. Hinge, shift forward. A lot of work already in your left leg. Good. From here, figure four. Slow. Yes, your left leg doesn't change much. Maintain the length in your spine. And then slowly again, find your good guesstimate and slowly lower yourself down. Good. From this place again, still trying not to touch the floor. See if you can extend your left leg and keep it up off of the floor. So just for a brief moment, see if you can find some balance. Good. Flex your left foot toes back toward your face. And then set your left heel down. Very good. Hands on either side. Lift yourself up tall, flex hard your left foot, and gently hinge yourself forward. Good. This feels really nice to me. My hamstrings have felt kind of tight lately, so with this added elevation, even that little bit, it feels like it gives me just a bit more access, especially in the warm-up. I really appreciate that. Gently hinge, lengthen out through the crown of your head, draw your shoulders back. Hold right here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Keep your left hand down, upright your spine, reach your right arm all the way up, and give yourself a very mild twist. So right hand outside of your left leg somewhere. See if you can twist out a little bit. One more breath, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good, let's gently untwist here from this place. Again, lean over a little bit to your right hand side. Pick up your left leg up off of the floor. Hold right here. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, gently set it down once again. Slip your right foot inward so you can sit down onto your bottom. And then you're in a perfect setup for spine twist. So keep your right leg there, left foot on the outside of your right knee. Left hand close with your base. Lift your right arm up, give yourself a spine twist. Right arm outside, twist. Lift yourself up with the help of your left hand. Prop yourself up tall. Twist a little bit deeper. Good, let's gently untwist here. All right, from this place, again, trying without touching the floor, swing your left leg back. Get ready to bring yourself back into a kneeling position. Yes. All right, let's do the other side before I forget all the things. Lean a little bit to your left. Slip this right foot out. Your right toes in line with your left knee. All right, hinge forward, body weight kind of even between both legs. You'll keep your right leg bent like so. This is halfway position. Pick up your left, move into the figure 4. Good, nice ease with your transitions. Very good. And then gently return your left toes, your best estimate as to how far you need to place your foot down. Good. I think I undershot that one. Gently hinge. Pick yourself up halfway. Good, both weight even. Figure 4. Good, not much change in your right leg, so it really forces your left leg to do some opening right here. Good, and then gently return your left toes so you can find a better guesstimate after that diagnostic. Gently lower yourself down. For me, this was a lot better the second round. We have our third round. Shift your body weight forward, see if it was a fluke. Hold halfway. A lot of work in your right leg, big 4. Yes, nice, easy, slow, smooth transitions. Gently return your left toes back down to the floor. Slowly, gently return to your place. That was really nice, guys. Okay, change your body weight a little bit to your left leg. You extend your right leg. Try and lift your right leg up off of the floor. So concentrate. Lift your right heel up off of the floor as you extend. Flex your foot. I feel quite a bit more balanced on this side. For 4, 3, 2, lower your right heel down. Good, I'm gonna find a better angle. Lift, lengthen, gently hinge. You know, I'm gonna lower this volume a little bit. It's a little aggressive. Lengthen, I feel like I'm competing. So again, this elevation provides just a little bit of elevation. Did I just say the elevation provides a little bit of elevation? This lift gives us a little bit of extra help, especially if you feel like your hamstrings are tight. This is a really nice one. I want you to practice also thinking of sticking your tail out. It's a very, I'm gonna move my arm out of the way. It's a very subtle move, but it just gives you a little bit of lift. So you're not completely dumped and sunk into your back heel. You're pretty lifted, still very much engaged. And simply by finding that motion, you ought to find a deeper stretch through the back side of your right leg. We're looking for some not dump, but some lift. Good. Gently come back up. All right, we move into a twist here. So lift your left arm nice and tall. And then anywhere alongside this right leg that works, find yourself in a very tall twist. It's very mild here. Legs in, twist a little bit deeper. Gently untwist. We go for our second round to pick up this front heel off of the floor. So again, hands up. Try, you concentrate, squeeze your knees together, your thighs together. Hold for 4, pick up your right heel. For 3, we've got it. Flex your right foot back for 2. Super good. For 1, nice. Lower your right heel. Send your left heel sort of into your center line so you can sit yourself down. And then put your right foot over your left knee. Good, you're in a perfect spine twist setup. Right knee faces up, right hand close with your base. Reach your left arm all the way up high, and then get your left armpit outside. You choose your arm positioning. So a lot of people love this. I prefer to somehow bring my arm facing down, my hand more facing down as opposed to lifting up. But you find what position works better for you. I don't believe there's like a better one. You just find what suits your body the best and twist a little bit deeper. Use the help of your right hand to continuously prop yourself up tall. Good, and then gently untwist. Nice. So hands still off of the floor. You lean a little bit over to your left. Swing this right leg back. Return to your kneeling position real quick. Good. And we'll do some things for our wrists here. We tend to always do the extension. We'll switch it so the tops of your hands are on the floor. I'm keeping them pretty darn close, fingers close to my knees. And then whatever you feel, drop your shoulders away and then maybe lean back depending on how you feel. Hold right there. Good stretch. Good. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Lean back. Keep it active. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. Good. Really nice. Let's undo. Take these fingers out to the right, to the left, and then move just into a tabletop with your fingers out to the right, to the left. Step your left foot to the left of your left hand, and then heel toe your foot on top of your left fingers, and just start to press over nice and easy into a gentle massage situation. If you prefer to just stay with your weight of your foot on top of your hand, totally do that. I've been talking a little bit about applying some pressure, some weight into our finger pads rather than dumping everything into the palm of our hands. So maybe you start to even engage here on your right hand while you don't get that press. And see what you can do. Of course, your palm is still gonna bear most of your weight when you're in high plank, but I think it's nice just to pick up some of the slack should your palms feel like overly taxed, right? Especially if you have wrist issues, you wanna think even more about gripping the floor with your finger pads. Good, and let's heel toe our way off of this left foot. Return your left knee without doing much change to your upper body, and then switch it, right foot to the right of your right hand, and we'll start walking over. Again, just a little massage, whatever feels nice. It doesn't have to match even your left side tempo. It doesn't have to match your left side activity. If you want to stay still, totally, stay still, right? It's very natural. Our bodies are asymmetrical, and side to side will definitely feel maybe a little bit different, maybe a lot a bit different, and we just stay flexible with that, making these observations and changing what we do accordingly. Good, and then just notice right now when your right fingers are getting a lot of love with this massage, if you can start to press into your left finger pads, just to feel what it feels like when it's energized and engaged, as opposed to just kind of hanging out, which I have to admit, my fingers are generally just hanging out in high plank. So I'm trying to be much, much better about focusing some energy onto my fingers so that they can actually help me and not just be completely useless when I'm in a high plank, right? All right, start to heel toe your foot off of your right hand, and then return your right knee back. All right, we'll keep our fingers here. Now we've done a little bit of activation through these 10 fingers. We'll keep our fingers facing the right, left, and just send your left toes back, your right toes back, push away, and see if you can employ that. Just a little bit of fingers pressing down into the floor. And we'll do a couple of scapular push-ups here. Let your chest dip and then push away. As you push away, think about pushing also your finger pads, and then dip and then push away. Not too many, just dip, push away, and then last time, down and then push away. Excellent. Return your left knee, return your right knee. Beautiful. And then return your hips onto your heels. Give me a couple flicks of your fingers just to loosen this up. You can turn, circle your wrists a couple of times. And then whichever direction you went in, go the other direction. We'll take our fingers into tight fists, press them in toward each other, lower our tops of hands completely flat against the floor. Drop shoulders away from ears and start to very, very gently straighten out your arms. And it might be that your terminal place, again, is with some bent arms. It doesn't have to be completely straight. I just want you to feel something. Yes. Hold for 4. Yes, hold for 3. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. I think we're ready for some downward facing dog. Gently lean back. For me, my best distance is one handprint farther than my tabletop. So you find it, my tabletop is here, and I like to go just one handprint forward. That's just my best guesstimate for myself. Yours might be a little bit different. Okay, let's take an inhale, lift your left leg up high toward the ceiling. Keep it pretty darn square, low lunge. Step on in between. From this place, long pyramid, push, go straight. Flex your left foot, find that tilt of your tail, and then low lunge. Open your chest, melt your hips. Do it again. Push, go straight, keep your spine long. Good, and bend, go low. Nice, easy. 2 more times. Push, go straight. Bend, go low, go bend. This is my favorite thing, as you know, Molly. Push, go straight, go push. Hold right here. Go right and left a couple of times. Each time as you pass through center, feel your tail stick out just a little bit farther. Push against the floor, maybe with your finger pads even. Good. And then next time you come through center, just find a pause. Lower your left foot down. We're moving straight into triangle. So your back heel, right heel, drop it toward your center line. You can keep your left hand down and start to open up through your right side. But if you prefer to bring your left hand up higher, so you're not completely dumped, totally find that place. I kind of like it sort of just in front of my left calf. Open your chest. Yes. From this place, keeping your left hand inside of your left foot, bend into it, so we're moving right into side angle. You can keep your left fingers in between big second toe to start. Find some length even down the left side of your body. And then from this place, reach your right arm up and over. At this point, you can totally bring your left hand down completely, or if you want to keep it elevated and use more of your core strength to keep yourself lifted, totally do that. One more breath, lengthen. Turn your face, chest up toward the ceiling. Good, return your arms into straight up, down, tick tock. Look forward of your left foot, just moving into a half moon real quick. Shift, I'm gonna scoot back. Shift forward, lift your right leg up off of the floor. Flex your foot, nice and easy, good step. Good, from this place, bend your right leg, hands into the prayer position. Start to bend your left leg, circle your right leg all the way around. Eventually you land in chair pose. Feet together, hands in prayer. Sit yourself down, nice. That's the way. All right, from this place, let's move into single-legged Tadasana, right knee up. Good, figure 4, sit down. Nice, inhale, single leg lift. Eagle legs, right leg over your left, sit. Single-legged Tadasana, lift. Eagle entirely. Right arm underneath your left, right leg over your left. Good. Unwind, single-legged Tadasana. From here, circle your right knee out to the right. You're moving back into the half moon. Take your time. We're going easy transitions, smooth and steady. That's the way. Soften your base leg. Move into extended side angle. So gently lower your right foot down. Reach your right arm up and over. Good. From this place, moving into triangle once again. So straighten out your left leg or turn your right arm all the way up. Good. From here, close this, right? So you face your left leg. Lift up your back heel. Flex your left foot. You're back into this pyramid situation. Nice. Step your left foot down. Send your right toes back farther behind you. Low lunge. Three-legged dog. Send your left leg up. Lift, lift. And lower your left foot down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, let's lift right leg up high. Low lunge. Step it in between. Find your good place. Push goes straight, flex your right foot, lengthen out through your spine. Feel the stretch the back side of your right leg and then bend, go low. Open up through your chest. Do it again, this feels so nice. Oh. Push goes straight. There are so many things that actually feel so nice but require a little bit of patience and time, so we don't generally give that to ourselves, do we? And then bend, go low. We're always fast, fast, fast. All right, push goes straight, go. Push. Lengthen. Last time. Bend, go low. Open your chest, melt your hips. Straighten, push. Good. From this place, again, tilt your tail, lengthen out through your spine. We move into triangle. So lower your right foot down and then lower your left heel toward the inside. And you can decide what you want with your hand. I kind of like opening up and then bringing my right hand more toward my shin area. Find some length along your right side body as well. So we're not completely like coiled on that right hand side. Open your chest. Nice up, down, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock action. Good. From here, we're going straight into this side angle first. So bend into your right leg. Keep your core strong. So as you move into this, everything is stable, steady. Still using your right side to lift yourself up. As we move into the extended, if you want to like put more weight into your fingers or even your entire palm, totally do that for yourself. Open up your chest. Draw your left arm back a little bit farther. Give yourself your best stretch possible, right? So you're not just creating a shape, you are functionally creating your stretch and maintaining the activity throughout the duration of your stretch. Good, and then return to the extended side angle arms. Look forward of your right foot. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. Move into half moon, so shift and lift. You have that good stack. Pick up your left leg. Nice. Good. From here, bend your left leg. Hands into the prayer, bend your right leg. Circle this left leg around. We're moving into chair pose. So feet come together. Find your place. Sit down. Good. Single-legged Tadasana, your left knee up to start. Find your place. Very tall, very strong. Big four. Hands in the prayer position. Sit down. And you are very strong, so I have no question, no doubt in my mind that you guys can do all of these postures. It's a matter of transitioning and seeing if you have the endurance to maintain balance. Single-legged Tadasana, lift. And you'll keep your arms up. We're just doing the half eagle, just the legs. Soften your base. Send your left thigh across your right thigh. Twist it around best you can. Maybe sit down a little bit lower. Very good. Single-legged Tadasana, left leg up. We do the full eagle here. As you bend your base leg, across, left arm underneath your right arm. Find your place. Excellent. Good. Single-legged Tadasana. Go lift. And start to circle your left knee out to your left, and we gently transition all the way back into the half moon. So take your time. Wherever your eye gaze works for you to maintain balance is perfect. Flex your left foot. As I'm doing that, I'm of course like wobbling. All right, so we're reversing this whole thing. Soften your right leg. Step back into extended side angle. So find that place, open up through your left arm, reach. Yes, feel like your armpit is gonna face the ceiling. I'm gonna scoot back into screen. And then from this place, again, find this 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, move into the triangle. Maintain a lot of strength in your right hand side to keep yourself lifted, to keep yourself really open. Good, and let's close this now as you lower your left arm. Pick up your back heel, flex your right foot. So much core strength even in transitioning there, right? A strong spine, very nice. Tilt your tail, lower your right foot down. Send your left toes back a little bit farther. Yes, low lunge, three-legged dog. Send your right leg back and up. Go lift, separate your heels. And lower your right foot down, downward facing dog. Okay, from this place, we'll send the left leg back and up again. Left leg back and up. All right, walk your hands back to your right foot. Ooh, I just slipped on my mat. All right, I'm gonna come back into screen, but basically you should be in a standing split situation with your left heel lifted as far as possible. Your fingers are either tented or you have your palms on the floor. Bend your left leg then. Take your right hand to your left foot. Just an additional hamstring stretch. I really feel like I need it today. So send your left knee up as you kick into your hand. That's the way. Kick your left knee up higher. One more breath. Good. Listen, we're gonna start to come up single-legged Tadasana. So without too much fuss, single-legged Tadasana. Flex your left foot. That's the way. Fig four. Sit down. Single-legged Tadasana. Lift. Eagle. Left leg over, left arm under. Single-legged Tadasana. Lift. Send your left leg back. Low lunge. Step back. Shift your body weight forward into your right foot once again. Standing split. Send your left heel up even higher. We're gonna play around with this just a little bit. All right, take 2 halfway lifts. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Right hand to your right ankle. Send your left heel up even higher. Try to straighten out that leg. And then if you're up for it, your left fingers, left hand reaches for your right ankle as well. Pull yourself in with your long spine. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take your hands back to the floor. Walk yourself back out into three-legged dog or hop your foot back. Extend, separate your heels. And we'll just do 4 heel raises on your right heel. Up for 4, lower down. Up for 3, lower down. Up for 2, lower down. Last time, up for 1, separate your heels. Lower down. Lower your left foot down, downward facing dog. That felt really good for my right side. I'm like, my left leg is very much jealous right now, so we gotta move into it, don't we? I'm gonna start a little bit forward. I probably have to adjust again, but send your right leg back and up high toward the ceiling. And then we'll keep our left foot in place. Start to walk your hands back to your left foot. Separate your heels. So this is just getting a feel for how we feel in this standing split. All right, you can have your fingers tented or palms down, whatever you're feeling, and then bend this right leg. Keep your right hand down, use your left hand to grab your right foot, and send your right knee up high toward the ceiling. Best you can, think of a split of your knees. All right, split of your knees so your right kneecap faces up toward the ceiling. Good, one more breath. Kick your knee up toward the ceiling, lengthen out through your spine. Maybe bend your right arm more to hinge deeper. All right, smooth transition, gently let go, single-legged Tadasana. Remove your right hand from the floor when you are ready for it, right? So never allow anyone to rush you. You take your sweet time. Single-legged Tadasana, big four. So we know this is all just in an effort to tax out our left leg just a bit more. Single-legged Tadasana, go lift. Eagle, so right leg over left, right arm under left. Perfect. Again, single-legged Tadasana, go lift. Nice. And then find your low lunge, step it back. Shift forward again into your left foot. Send your right leg up high toward the ceiling. We move into that standing split. So best you can. It's super easy for me to turn my right toes out. I really want to work on the squareness of my hips. That's what we want in our splits as well, that squareness of our hips, straightening out of our legs. From here, left hand, two halfway lifts. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. See if you can get your belly to touch with your thighs, and then you continue on from there. One more. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Left hand to your left ankle. Continue to separate your heels. When you're ready for it, start to draw your right hand also to your left ankle. And I have a tendency to look at my big toe. See if you can look back behind you. Balance-wise, it feels a little bit tricky, but it's better for that elongation of your neck. Good, gently release. All right, let's walk ourselves forward. So you should be in a three-legged dog now with your right heel lifted. All right, we have those 4 heel lifts then. Up with your left heel, lower down. 3 more times, lift your left heel up. Lower down, twice more, go. Lift up, lower down, last time. Go lift up. And lower down. Listen, send your right leg in between. So you should be in a low lunge now with your right foot forward. Once you're in this low lunge, push again into long pyramid. So we've been here, right? Once you're in long pyramid, I want you to start to separate your feet more. So if you can manage it, I want you to maintain your left toes on the floor, but not letting your left heel drop down just quite yet. Think of getting your left top of thigh to make its way down toward the floor, right? So you're staying pretty darn square. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward. You know, some days I really like to keep both legs the same amount of straightness or whatever it is. Today I feel like I want to just let my left knee rest against the floor and then continue to adjust my hips to gently ease my way down. So, especially Allison, I know you're super, super flexible. So your challenge is just to keep the hips square. Maybe you already have that though. Lift your chest up nice and tall. Good. And then from this place, see if you might be able to start to lighten up the load on your hands, right? So we're not completely relying on them. You have more of an upright position. And then if you're up for it, you start to pick up one arm up off the floor, maybe the other arm up off the floor, really stabilize. Good. And gently release. Awesome. From here, push yourself back up into the long pyramid. Easier said than done sometimes, especially if your mat is super sticky. Low lunge. Find your place. Send your right leg back and up. Lower your right foot down. Switch it. Left leg up. Lift. Low lunge. Step your left foot in between. So we have a long pyramid here, then flex. Lengthen out through your tail. Drop your right heel down closer to the floor. And we'll start to split these feet apart. And just by our approach, we started in a long pyramid, so it is natural that we're in this hinging position. Again, you can go with, if you want both legs to be at the same amount of straightness. This side, I don't know, maybe I'll drop my right, think about your right thigh facing the floor, right? So push this right hip forward. Maybe I will drop my knee down. And then find your best effort, so you start to rely less and less on your hands, right? I usually say totally use your hands to help lift yourself up and find an upright position. But I also want us to start developing a bit more spine strength to help us get a little stronger and be able to hold a position without that extra sort of basically support from the other part of our body, right? So if you're feeling up for it, we'll see how I do. Right arm up, left arm up, and I'm shaking, guys. You want to keep the top of your right thigh firmly facing the floor. Lower your hands back down, and we'll push ourselves back away into the long pyramid. Man, things like the splits are super nice to do together, because I feel like it's one of those things that you don't think about doing either. And then we'll move back into the low lunge. Three-legged dog, send your left leg back and up. When we have dedicated time to it, it's really nice as well. Lower your left foot down, breathe, take some rest. Okay, we'll switch again to our right-hand side. Lift your right leg up. This time move into right knee coming inside. So just move into kind of a very easy pigeon. So my foot's pretty darn close with me. I'm gonna face this side actually. So it's a pretty acute angle. And you're of course a cute person. But we're going for not too deep, not too crazy for our right side hip. I do want you to think about your left side hip, right? So rather than letting your right butt cheek drop down, continue to think of your left top of thigh facing the floor or making its way down close to the floor. Use your fingers to help prop yourself up for that length. And gently start to hinge. As you hinge, think about creating your longest spine. So as your upper body falls over, it's pretty long. Extend your arms forward. And then best you can, of course, use your arms to help support your upper body weight. But you're allowing your as much weight as your body allows to sink heavy, right? This is a pretty mild hip opener for our right side. Continue to think of drawing this left hip closer down toward the floor. And I'm gonna change my angle for this next bit. All right, continue to stay square. And then staying low, start to walk your arms over toward your right-hand side. Even thinking about getting your left armpit on the outside of your right leg. So I don't know if this is the best view because you can barely see me. Oh, what's happening? But there you go. And continue to open up through your chest. It's a little bit awkward for sure. And the moment you lose any sort of activity, you don't feel much in your twist or your stretch, see if you can do something, make some sort of adjustment so that you do feel something. All right, if you're feeling up for it, I'm gonna try it myself. Take your right arm back behind you for a little half bind. And I can grab onto my, what is this? My right heel with my right hand, and then see if you can use that leverage of your grip to draw your right shoulder back. I'm totally cramping, guys, in my right arm. All right, let's gently undo. Ooh, walk your arms forward. And then let's pick ourselves up again. All right, so once you pick yourself up, we'll change it to make it the slightly more aggressive version. So you can lean your hips over to your right hand side. This time, flex your foot and see if you can get your right shin more parallel to the top of your space. So I'm gonna face you a little bit more. I'm still at this slight diagonal, but best you can, I'm pretty square toward you. So best you can, you're getting your knee, your heel perpendicular with your thigh, right? And then notice that when you do this, of course, the very aggressive hip opener, you might need to use quite a bit of arms to help you square up. All right, continue to think of drawing this left hip down and forward, and then continue to lift your chest up using a lot of spine strength just to keep yourself lifted. All right, from this place, we're gonna hinge. And this is not quite so pleasant of a stretch. And you know I'm saying that mildly. So as you come forward, you don't have to drop yourself down the way that you might have done in your half pigeon, right? So this is pretty aggressive. Because I know that if I let go of my arms, I'm just gonna topple over. I do this weird thing, and this is definitely, probably no one has said this before because it looks a little awkward, and this is just what works for me. But I have my tuck of my toes like I usually do for my splits situation where I wanna square up hips. And then I do this weird kind of, gentle maneuver to get my right forearm down. And I use then, this right forearm strength to square myself up a little bit more. So I'm pretty wide in my arms, but this right elbow is doing a lot of work supporting me as I hinge over. And the reason I like doing it this way is, one, I don't have to bear too much weight on my wrists. Not that I have wrists, I don't have any wrist issues per se, but I do feel like, I do a lot of high planks. Like if I can change up where I put my weight, that's probably a better situation for me in the long run. And this also gives me a position that's closer to the ground, so it allows my upper body to go heavier and continues to square me up. So this is very not super comfortable, right? But it keeps me pretty square. Hold right here for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then do allow your right hip to drop over. I know you probably couldn't tell much difference, but now my right hip is definitely sunken over. And I'm gonna change my view once again. So you're still down here in some fashion, but it's more restful now that your right hip is dropped, and probably your left top of thigh is no longer very deliberately pressing inward, or downward, I should say. Start to twist the other direction, right? So we're going left this time. So as you're low, but our right hip is down, we'll start to bring this right arm inside. See if you can hook maybe your right elbow inside of your right sole of foot. And I'm not too concerned about what's going on with the back leg. All right, it's kind of doing its own thing. That's great. Ideally, right, above your elbow. Hands to heart, or you can push. So right fingers are balled up into a fist, and then push into your open left palm into your fist, and find a really good twist. So lengthen out through your spine and then twist from there and push so you can really open up your chest. And if this still feels good to you, you can start to really apply some body weight over, right? You can play around, experiment with what your arms are doing. If this still feels kind of okay to you and you would like to, you can lift yourself up and make this an obtuse angle so your foot is even more forward. And this is slightly more aggressive, so again, be careful, be gentle, all those wonderful things. But the reason I like doing this is you can get your shoulder then inside of your right leg, and I kind of just let my body lean, right? And that's like really nice and heavy. Anytime you can use your body weight for something, as you know, for like push-ups or whatever it is, it's quite good because then it becomes a passive stretch. You don't really have to do anything, and you're just allowing your body weight to do the work for you. So cocoon yourself in. Sometimes I even like to grab this foot, open up, and And again, I'm not super concerned about what my back leg is doing. And then for me, just grabbing my foot with my left arm, I feel this beautiful stretch along my left side body, almost like compass, right? If we sit up and do compass, it sort of takes on this shape. Good, one more breath. I feel like I could literally just topple over right now. All right, gently, gently lift yourself up. Ooh. Slide your right heel in closer, so you're in a very mild version. And then tuck your back toes in, three-legged dog. So send your right leg back and up, go lift. And lower your right foot down. Let's do the other side then, left leg up high. Send your left knee through. And we're going for that very mild version. So think of pressing your right hip flexor against square up, your right hip forward and down. I have just like this habit of going on my toes because I feel like it helps me square up. But once you're pretty square, you don't really have to do that if you don't want to. Use your finger as best you can to lift yourself up, and simply by doing this, you should feel some engagement in your spine, right? Similar to those muscles that we use to keep ourselves upright in our splits. And then staying long, we're starting our hinge, gentle, gentle, lengthen. It's very easy for your body to start to veer out, or veer in, I should say, toward your inside of your left leg, right? So once you're kind of heavy over, extend out through your arms. And I like this because, again, you're providing your heaviness with your own upper body, which is nice. But also I think in this one that's pretty mild, you can feel if you're square or not. So right, it's not a matter of somebody coming around and looking and being like, oh, you need to do X, Y, or Z. You can kind of feel it yourself. And generally, if your butt is leaning over, you know it, right? So bring yourself up and find yourself there. And then as you're doing this, in addition to that stretch of your arms forward, in addition to the melt of your hips, see if you can even send your, do the tuck of your right toes and send your leg back farther so it helps you come down closer to the floor. All right, and we're staying low. Start to walk your arms over to your left-hand side. And this is a little awkward, but you're trying to go maybe for armpit outside. Anytime you do a twist, you want to find some length as well. So if you feel really rounded and crunched up like a ball, you want to find some openness and move from there. If you want to try this with me, you're just taking your left arm around, finding a half bind. See if you can grab onto something, right? I happen to find my left heel. It's so funny when I'm grabbing onto a heel. Which one is it? Unclear, but I do think it's my left heel. Use it then to help open up your left shoulder, your chest, all those things. And as you twist again, I know I emphasize this so much, but rather than coiling, you want to think lengthening. It's like an open twist, a very long twist. Good, and then let's gently, gently return our left arm, return our upper body back through center. And then walk yourself up, bring your hands close to you, lift yourself up, and then we'll reposition ourselves. So go ahead and let your left hip lean toward your left, flex your left foot, and bring it forward. I'm gonna bring myself so I'm square toward you. So best you can. It might be the case that you're not completely square with your left shin parallel to your front of space. This feels quite uncomfortable, and I'm already completely leaning over to my left, so I'm not really even doing anything yet, but I know this feels already mildly uncomfortable. So use your fingers, help prop yourself up. So again, I like to do the tuck of my back toes just so that my right thigh is in the trajectory of facing downward. Flex your left foot back toward your face and lift yourself up as tall as you can be. And I definitely encourage you to experiment with how you want to get yourself into your best stretch. This weird maneuver that, of course, I did on the other side that I'll show you right now once again is something that works for me. but I very much recognize that it's unconventional and it may not work for you, right? There's a reason I've never seen it taught in class this way. But it works for me, and it really helps me open up into my left side hip, right? Which is the goal, right? Not just putting ourselves in pretty shapes or whatever it is, although that is icing on the cake for sure. I really do love cake. So I'm gonna lean a little bit so I can let my left forearm rest down toward the floor. And then I know that once my left forearm is down, I use it quite a bit, right? So once I bring my right forearm down, this is purely to square myself up, but really it's my left side that's doing quite a bit of work because my body wants to lean completely left, right? So it's pushing quite a bit more just to keep myself square. So hold out, hang out right here. Lengthen out through your chest, lengthen out through the crown of your head, and continue to think about your back leg thigh trajectory more down toward the floor, all right? Hang out right here. Lengthen out through your spine, lengthen out through your crown for 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Release it, and your body weight's a little bit more to the left now, right? So you're like, I know, it feels much better this way. So I'm gonna change my view once again. We're moving into our twist. As we move into this twist, I'm not quite as concerned about what's going on back here. If you want to do some stuff, make yourself more square, absolutely. But I'm more concerned about this left side hip. We're in that 90-degree angle. Take your left elbow, try inside. And it might be the case that when you do this hook, you kind of crouch over just like I did, right? Now my chest is shaded. I want to find some light for my chest, right? Find some light for your chest. And if it helps, by the way, you can do this just like we do when we're standing in figure 4. Your right hand pushes against the sole of foot and encourage more of your elbow, your armpit, whatever it is, to come outside the sole of your foot. Ball up your fingers, your left fingers into a fist. Right open palm pushes away, open up through your chest. This to me makes a huge difference in giving me leverage to go from a slouch, a hunched over position, to a relatively more open position. I don't know if it's that long or lengthened, but it's my best effort into it and slightly less slouched, I should say. And then maybe you peer up toward this ceiling, just like any twist that we would do that's milder than this. Think of getting your left side rib cage inside of your left thigh, right? And not the crunchy left side body really long as you push into this. Good, and gently, gently undo. All right, so as you come up, we'll try again the obtuse angle. So you can just kind of nudge your foot forward, encourage it forward. I like this because it's almost like I'm taking a baby nap, a very uncomfortable nap, but a nap nonetheless. So I like to just bring my left arm inside, right? Think of left shoulder inside. And again, we're not crunching, we wanna think length, so really lift yourself up. This left side body, I have a flowy shirt on today, but you really wanna think lift as you make your left shoulder make its way inside of your left leg. You can hang out here. Scoot back a little bit. You can hang out here and let your right leg be natural. So it's either bent or straight or whatever it's doing. And I kind of like bringing my right hand over to my left foot. And then right now I'm a little bit blocked and shaded. I want to open up. And now you'll see as I open up, I'm very much severely leaning into my left side. Think of opening up your armpit, your right armpit, your left side rib cage even. Open up toward the ceiling. Find that nice, beautiful stretch down your right side body. We'll take one more breath here. Feels so good. And gently unwind all the things. We'll move back into that very mild pigeon, right? So slide your heel back in. And then return your right toes onto the floor. Three-legged dog. Send your left leg back and up. Lower your left foot down. And then walk your feet toward your hands. About hip width apart with your feet. Drop your head. Let it hang. Shake your head. No. Let it drop. Shake your head. Yes. Let it drop. I've been experiencing a little bit of tension through my neck. So one thing I know I need to work on is just letting my head hang, because I have a tendency to look down at my very ugly toes. But really, if you can let your head hang and then decompress, it's really nice. I know all of you work very, very hard, especially through the work week. So let your head, your neck just drop, right? This is an inversion right here. You don't have to do any crazy arm balances to get yourself in an inversion. Sometimes the simplest one offers you the most release, the most decompression for your purposes. Let your head drop. All right, 2 halfway lifts. Inhale, push. Lengthen out through your spine. Find a deeper hinge, exhale, fold. One more done. Inhale, push against shins, lengthen. Yes, exhale, fold. Good, bend your legs and start to sit yourself down. I'm gonna bring my feet in a little bit closer. All right, find yourself just in a comfortable seat, whatever that feels good to you. You can even do kneeling position. We'll do the way we started. Inhale, arms go all the way up high toward the ceiling. Exhale, drop your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over. Truly, yoga is one of those things where you do it and you definitely don't regret it, right? Sometimes other things you're like, well, you know, that strained my shoulder, or this did that, or whatever. Change it, left hand down, reach your right arm up. But man, gosh, those stretches and those twists, you like, wow, like I at least never regret doing. And I always tell myself, gosh, you should do that more because it feels so good. All right, gently release. Inhale, arms go all the way up high. Cactus for me then. Lift your chest, broaden out through your front. Inhale, arms up. Push it out, right, left, and release. Let's take 2 breaths together as you close down your eyes. Empty out your lungs here. I'm so thankful just to be able to do this with you. Stretching and again, twisting. Finding these longer holds requires so much more patience, some dedication, and like the mental fortitude really to stay with it, because some things you can just kind of fudge and like, kind of fake your way through it. But really with these longer holds, there is no opportunity to do that. You really have to be honest with your balance, with your movement. And I love that. It's really stripped clean, keeping things nice and simple, and making sure we find some grounding movements, so that no matter what type of like cardio or other crazy things we do during the week, wherever that takes us, we still are very much grounded and centered and have the ability to breathe and to slow things down. Let's take one final breath together here then. Inhale, full deep. Exhale, empty out your lungs. Good, your next inhale, open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. Molly, you are always a rock star. Thanks for slowing it down with me. I was just saying in the beginning of this session that usually I just do whatever the live thing tells me to do, but I played around with like this like palm tree filter. I don't think there's much difference, except it gives me a little bit of light. So hopefully it didn't change the background quite so much, but I feel like even with my lights on, with the windows, the shades drawn, it just feels like really dark. So this hopefully gave me a little light. Yes, good work, Molly. Good to see you, Allison. I will see you, of course, tomorrow. It's faster. I said all those wonderful things about slowing things down, but of course, tomorrow we're going faster. It's a balance, right? Thank you for being here. Continue to hydrate. I know it's a little bit cooler, but still we need to remember to do those things. And it's a good reminder for me too. That's where I'm off to next, hydration. Okay, see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night.